PNC News First is presented by the Bank of Guam, the People's Bank, Pizza Hut, we're taking pizza to where it's never been before, Taco Bell, the only place where you live Moss, Colgate, the #1 brand recommended by dentists, and IT&D.
PNC News First, broadcasting live in high definition from Tumon, Guam, on KEQI and KTGM, and on KPPI on Saipan. Here is your PNC News Team.
Hafa and good evening, and welcome to PNC's News First. We're live from the Broadcast Center, Akanta. I'm Janella Carrera.
And I'm Jeff Marcia. So topping your news tonight. While senators buckle down on FY19 spending again this week, Governor Calvo is telling lawmakers they'd better buckle up for the ride of their lives if they don't do something soon to fix the budget. Here's more. Nope, it wasn't easy to admit, but Governor Calvo said he'd have signed the hotel occupancy tax increase into law if it meant covering the FY19 spending gap. After dropping their own hotel occupancy tax increase on Friday, following blowback from the visitor industry, by this morning, senators were still wrestling with the hope of collecting tens of millions up to $73 million in unpaid taxes as a way to close the FY19 revenue gap between October 1st of this year and September 30th of next. In fact, a packet of budget amendments by Senator Michael San Nicolas ties millions of dollars in appropriated revenue to the notion that unpaid taxes will be paid. In fact, this morning, San Nicolas proposed dropping the governor's office general fund appropriation from $6 million down to $1.3 million, with the balance to be picked up by the Supplemental Appropriation Revenue Fund, or SAR fund.
Next amendment is the amendment to the office of the governor. We amend down their general fund number from $6 million down to $1.5 million, and we make up the difference with the Supplemental Appropriations Revenue Fund appropriation of $4.5 million.
I think that when we're looking at the SAR fund, which is any revenue that's identified and collected above and beyond the projected revenue of that fiscal year, should really be directed towards the Supplemental Appropriations Fund.
I'm here to tell you folks that this is a ghost revenue source. It's phantom. It's something that's never been done by any legislature, as far as I'm concerned, in the history of Guam's process of budgeting.
I guess this is neither here nor there, only because it's not being applied. But the tax amnesty collections, Mr. Speaker, should have gone into the SAR fund.
If we believe that this money can be collected, then we should do away with all taxes and then just put the whole $73 million down here to supplement the budget. And so here we are now addressing all these amendments to directly fund agencies that we don't even know if this money can or will be collected.
You know, when we looked at the SAR fund, when it was established, believe in not too long ago, you know, we've seen that fund fluctuate. And the way my understanding it was used for was mainly tied to supplement critical areas within our government, specific to health insurance, you know, along the lines, but it was never tied to the operations of agencies, and that's where lies my concern.
I just wanted to ask if you've received any input from Department of Revenue and Taxation since our discussions last week on these amendments, whether they have any input or comment on it.
No, I have not.
And does the Office of Finance and Budget support this? This is feasible? Do we know the collection rate right now? I calculated to 25% collection rate.
This is not the same as the collection rate for any year. These were uncollected amounts, and it becomes harder. You know that when any bill is paid and you have people just pay as they should, that's an easy collection. but trying to collect on delinquent ones is a completely different formula and a different percentage.
That there's really no incentive on the part of the current administration, who's on its way out, to aggressively collect on the SAR to make sure that the incoming administration will have funds available to operate with for the remainder of the fiscal year.
Republican Senator Tommy Morrison cautioned colleagues that they were merely guessing if San Nicolas's approach may work, and that he isn't sure whether senators are creating a good incentive or a bad one by giving operations to the Supplemental Appropriations Revenue Fund, and that it will be difficult for agencies to continue making progress with their services, much less for emergencies to be met, if they don't have more surefire funding sources.
But right now, today is our opportunity to make a policy statement that everybody who's campaigning that they're going to collect, now is your opportunity to do so, and for the benefit of the people of Guam, so that our taxes don't go up.
All those in favor, please indicate by raising your hand. Motion passes.
In other news, could a picture circulating on WhatsApp be an image of the man placing skimming devices on automated teller machines? This is the image being circulated on WhatsApp, claiming that the man pictured is responsible for the ATM skimming device found at the Bank of Guam ATM in the Micronesia Mall last week. While GPD notified the public of the discovery, no details were provided regarding who may be responsible. The post being shared on social media states that the man pictured was also reportedly captured installing another device on an ATM located at Subway in Agate. This information was confirmed by Bank of Guam, which stated that the device was spotted and removed. GPD spokesman Sergeant Paul Tapao shared that authorities are verifying the photo circulating on social media. You may recall in June, a skimming device was also found at the Micronesia Mall food court attached to a Bank of Guam ATM. The FBI released this surveillance footage of the suspect. While Bank of Guam believes the individual responsible for the August 2nd skimming device found at the mall is also the same individual who placed the skimming device discovered in Agate, it has not been confirmed that the man in the video is the same man pictured on social media. Tapao shared that GPD is working with the U.S. Secret Service on the case. Bank of Guam, meanwhile, assures its customers that debit cards are equipped with EMV chip technology, which provides an additional layer of fraud protection for cardholders.
And after 6 years of being sexually assaulted, a victim has come forward, and the man allegedly responsible is now behind bars. The victim in this case was 12 years old when she was first sexually assaulted by a man known to her. Court documents state that when the incident occurred, the victim was seated in the perpetrator's vehicle. The man, identified as Lee Ken, allegedly squeezed the victim's private area. While the victim did tell a relative about the assault, she also stated he was just joking. But sexual assault is still sexual assault, even if it is perceived as just a joke. 2 years later, the victim was once again sexually assaulted by Ken in his vehicle, according to court documents. Police say Ken's abuse increased in veracity throughout the victim's senior year in high school, escalating from touching to sexual intercourse with the victim. Police say that Ken admitted to having sex with the victim. He was charged with 2 counts of second-degree criminal sexual conduct and 4 counts of third-degree criminal sexual conduct. He was booked and confined.
All right, we'll stay right there. We have more news first coming up after this.